Hello and welcome to the Three-Eyed Tiger School community. My name is Coach James Perkins, and I am the creator of this community, this system, and this business. In this video, we're going to give you an overview of what we offer in our school. We're going to talk a little bit about the Three-Eyed Tiger Healing, Health, and Human Performance business, as well as my background. And then we're going to get into the Tiger Transformation System and what it consists of. So there are three options to choose from in this system, and the first one is the Tiger Transformation, which gives you the chance to become a certified tiger. This 3-month journey is designed to enhance the way you feel and function by aligning with nature's design. And later in the video, we're going to get more into what that means and the foundational components behind it. If you choose to do the full transformation, you unlock everything in this school, including the exercise library, the Tiger Cleanse, and 3 months access to the 10-minute Tiger Routine subscription. There's actually three ways to go about doing the transformation. And the first one is an assisted do-it-yourself version, in which you are not just doing a course by yourself. I am assisting you, I am guiding you, and you get a monthly call with me, as well as consistent communication with myself and the Three-Eyed Tiger School community. So you can hop on there and post your wins. You can hop on there and ask questions and have some other people answer you and tell you about their experiences. The second way is group coaching. And then the third way is a one-on-one intensive where you get multiple sessions a week. We personalize everything for you specifically, and we talk every single day. This is the entire system and the primary component of what this entire school is built off of. The second option is the 10-minute Tiger Routine subscription, which includes follow-alongs, mini workouts, circuits, and supersets that embody everything from breath work, stretching, correctives, and recodes to HIIT workouts, martial arts, striking, and high-intensity sports performance training. The third thing we offer is just the Tiger Cleanse by itself, which consists of supplementation guidance for a liver, gut, and microbiome cleanse, as well as protocols for eliminating parasites and heavy metals, and a simplified food list to make clean eating easy and sustainable. If you just eat off that list, your diet is going to be healthy. We simplify diet because I think it's often oversold. So you can join the school community for free, and this is what you will see right here. Each component that you want to unlock or have access to is up to you, but you can join the community. You can write in here. You can post your wins, ask questions. You can utilize the calendar. You can see who members are, leaderboards, all sorts of fun things like that. And our goal is to really provide a lot of value for this, help as many people as we can enhance the way they feel and function, reach their fitness goals, and ultimately create as many certified tigers as we can out there, which is why if you do choose the Tiger Transformation Routine, even the do-it-yourself version, we're going to be right there guiding you. We want results, and we want tigers everywhere. Next, we'll dive into a little bit more about Three-Eyed Tiger Healing, Health, and Human Performance. Three-Eyed Tiger merges alternative healing and mindfulness with Western health sciences and fitness to optimize our approach to healing, health, and human performance. We strongly believe that nature is foundational to our health and crucial to our well-being. Therefore, our systems are built around nature's design. We offer online and in-person coaching to help our clients achieve their goals. And we think the school platform is going to help us take this system to the next level and help more and more people. So I played sports my whole life. I was very competitive. And at the age of about 14, I started to work out and lift weights to enhance my performance specifically for football. And so I was jamming the weights really hard. I was squatting and deadlifting every other day and pumping pre-workout, which I was way too young to be doing. And by the time I was 16, I had beat myself up really bad. I had several injuries, a lot of pain, tightness, and dysfunction. I was in physical therapy 3 times by the time I was 16. So at first, there was a lot of trial and error, and I had to learn through messing myself up. That led me to really get this obsession with the way that our body feels and functions and optimizing the way we enhance our bodies and minimizing the compromise within that. So the most gain with the least amount of harm. As I started to take that approach, I realized that high level performance and healing were really cut from the same stone. And the reality was that a lot of things inside the gym, whether it be CrossFit or bodybuilding or powerlifting, didn't necessarily align with that, which is really when I came across sports performance training and became obsessed with this human optimization and increasing our abilities. So around the age of 17 is really when I started to train people because I had already had so much experience in doing things wrong and learning how to do things more effectively. And so at this point, I've been coaching people for about 15 years. And in my early years, I was doing really well with the sports performance and training side of things, but I thought there was more to it. I thought there was a lot missing, especially with myself And as I kind of dove down the rabbit hole, I realized it had a lot to do with the nervous system and had to do with a lot to do with mind-body connection. And it had a lot to do with the spiritual nature of the human being. So at 24 years old, I went and studied yoga. I got my 200 hour in Ashtanga yoga and really started to develop the holistic side of that. And since then, I've combined everything from yoga and meditation to martial arts and high intensity sports performance training. At this point, I've taught thousands of individuals from all walks of life with extremely diverse goals, including many athletes, teams, group classes, and one-on-one clients, people that were looking to heal, people that were looking to increase their performance. And that experience was phenomenal. But I believe my strongest asset as a coach and what helped me to all these realizations and helped me build this system the most was my vast experience and participation in these various and diverse sports, competitions, practices that I've integrated and tried myself. I have utilized and felt each of these practices to find what works best. Whereas many coaches are kind of focused on what it is that they study and they stick towards that, I kind of chased all of it and I integrated all of it and I got a feel for how each thing works. So after years of experience, education, and working with thousands of clients, I realized that I had created a unique system based on consistent universal concepts, cues, and principles. That realization, along with my creativity, led me to put together what I think is the most transformational process in all of fitness. It was time to build that into a system, and that system is called the Tiger Transformation. Fitness through fascia, enhance the way you feel and function by aligning with nature's design. A little overview of the system. All development of the human mind, body, and spirit starts with elevating consciousness and character, which is why the Tiger Transformation course is referred to as interactive education and programming. What are we doing? How are we doing it? Why are we doing it? And when are we doing it? There's just basic awareness and understanding, and then having the character to apply that and act accordingly. This course doesn't just hold your hand, but it teaches you how to enhance the way you feel and function by aligning your mind, body, and spirit with nature's design, something most people in the society need desperately. There's 8 learning modules in this system. Every week for 8 weeks, a new lesson is taught and integrated into an evolving program. It starts with just education and breath work, and eventually it brings all the lessons together with full fitness programs personalized to your goals. Here, a little bit of philosophy on the system. The mind and body molds to its experiences, specifically the most frequent and the most intense. These memories are stored in our nervous system, and the fascia holds the mold of those memories. That mold dictates the way we move and rest, which strongly influences how we feel and function. Therefore, in order to change the physiology, we must change the experience. This starts with calming the mind, freeing the fascia, activating and aligning the muscle and skeletal, which is the 3-part approach we'll go over in a minute. Then cultivating a lifestyle that provides our body with an experience that is healthy for our mind, body, and spirit. This requires nature, the natural elements and the innate movements that we utilize to survive as our species evolved, which includes forward locomotion. The better we handle stress, breathe, and move forward, the healthier we will be. Those things exploit how well our foundation and our physiology is functioning. We utilize these actions more than anything else. Most people don't realize how compromised they are with these basic movements and how much that holds them back from being the best version of themselves. So, what's the problem? We are creatures of earth, yet we've become disconnected from the natural elements and the positive effects nature has on our physiology. Our daily physical demands have become limited, causing us to no longer utilize survival movements, instead, adapting to a modern lifestyle that is creating an experience that compromises the foundation, our nervous system, our breathing, our posture, and our natural movements, which is why so many people over the age of 25 will never sprint again in their life. That standard is way too low. Way too many people struggle to breathe well, move forward, swing, strike, throw, and just carry shit. The solution, if you can't efficiently breathe well or move forward, something is wrong. And conventional fitness can strengthen that dysfunction. Therefore, in this system, the way we develop our physiology improves those basic movements. We don't necessarily overload and challenge ourselves too hard in positions that we're not designed to be strong in. We strengthen strong positions and create access to other positions. For example, a dog doesn't kill things with its paws, and training itself to try to do that, it's only going to create compromise. The value of it is not going to help. It's going to be damaging and inefficient. That's a really simple way of looking at it. The reality is we are designed to do so much more than our modern society and the modern standard. Our goal is to elevate the standard and help more people feel and function their best. The key features of the system, the three foundational principles, the 8 modules, 3 programs, the 10-minute tiger routines that come along with it, becoming a certified tiger or becoming a certified tiger coach, which allows you to bring other people through this process. The 3-part approach, very simple. Everything enters through the nervous system, then the connective tissue and fascia, and then the muscle and skeletal. The fascia acts as the middleman between the nervous system and the mind and the way that everything underneath the fascia functions. So step 1 is calm the mind. Step 2 is free the fascia. Step 3 is activate and align the muscle and skeletal. And this helps us to build the foundation from the brain and the spine all the way out. It's really all we are at a core. Next is a 3-zone system. We use this for postural and positional cueing as well as firing patterns. You can see the 3 zones in this system here. Zone 1 is the center, the diaphragm, the psoas, the glutes, the pelvis, the lumbar spine. Zone 2 on the lower body would be the quad, the hamstring, the femur. Zone 2 on the upper body would be the chest, the lat, the rib cage, and the thoracic spine. Zone 3 would be the extremities. So you got lower legs and feet, you got shoulders and arms, you got neck and head. That is the 3-zone system, and we cue from the ground up for posture and positioning, and we cue from zone 1 out as far as neurological firing patterns go, and that's how we diminish compensation trails and we create optimal movement patterns. This leads into the 3rd component. We assess ourselves on how well we breathe and how well we move forward, and we make those 2 things the foundation of our training, and it would make no sense to do something that would compromise that. So if we're struggling to move forward, if we have the potential to run and we can't, and we just supplement that by working out and lifting, and we don't reaccess that sprint or that run, then we're not going to reach the highest version of ourselves. Our breathing mechanics and our biochemistry are compromised. If our mind is chaotic, that is going to affect everything else we do. These are the foundations that you need to have in order to build on with endless potential. Everything you learn in this course aligns with the 3 foundational principles, which are universal and can be applied to all physical activities. So you go do a yoga class, you go play pickleball, you go do whatever it is that you do. Understanding these 3 things, getting your body in line with these 3 things, and having these components in order, you will know how to execute outside of even this system. So if you go do a regular workout or a conventional lift or a conventional workout, you're going to start to understand why something might be good for the body and why something might be bad for the body and how it should be executed. Next, we dive into the 8 modules, which is basically how can I teach all of these concepts to someone in the most efficient and effective way so they create a healthy relationship with each component that is sustainable, most importantly, practical, so that it can be integrated and maintained. So part 1 is lesson 1 through 4. It's extremely restorative and healing. And that starts with the overview, the testing and measuring, the system design, the foundational principles, key concepts, and lifestyle in lesson 1. We need to understand the system and how it works. So we'll get some postural routines and understand some cues. Then we get into tiger breathing, which is really step 1, calm the mind and connect the body. Here we learn how to balance the biochemistry, enhance our breathing mechanics, and gain an understanding of how we should be breathing, when, and where. Then we get into tiger stretching, which is the focus of step 2 in the 3-part approach, is freeing up the fascia, where we stretch like a tiger. Imagine a cat grabbing the ground and then stretching. They pull away. What they're doing is a contracted, arcing, eccentric stretch. So we use dynamic resistant stretching to break up the fascia and create healthy quality connective tissue that allows for the muscles underneath to expand and contract and the joints underneath to articulate at their fullest potential. Everything underneath the fascia, including the organs, is dictated by the quality or density of that fascia, which we also utilize as an evaluation and assessment along with our forward locomotion and our breathing in this system. How is the quality of our connective tissue? Because our connective tissue, if it's dense, it's going to be very restrictive, disconnected, very irritated. It's going to create compensation trails and mold our body into a dysfunctional physiological network. Then you get into the tiger recode, which is activation and alignment of the muscle and skeletal. And here we use a lot of the principles of go-to movement to align with nature's design in the way that we move. And through that, we restore innate posture and movement patterns, the way you would see in the best athletes of all time, the athletes with the most longevity that last the longest. You see it in children and adolescents, and you see it in indigenous tribes that are extremely connected to nature. So that is part one. Like I said, very healing and restorative, and essentially gets your body feeling and functioning and free enough to integrate part two, which is application and integration. Again, establishing, practicing, and building our natural movements, starting with the rerun. And this is where we really focus on running because the sprint is the single healthiest exercise in the world. There is nothing out there that benefits you more than a sprint. There is no exercise that can replicate the amount of benefits and the way that it affects your body from a synergetic standpoint. If you have the potential to sprint and you don't, you are not accessing the best version of yourself. The reality is, most people struggle to do that. If they go to sprint, they got a high risk of getting injured, and that's because they're dysfunctional. It's just exploiting that. Or they just can't find that gear and they feel like they are so slow and out of shape. And that is a horrible feeling, but it's your body telling you where you're at. So to me, going into the weight room and supplementing it with these stationary stagnant movements that'll strengthen the dysfunction that's already there is so suboptimal and inefficient. We need to establish a forward locomotive practice and make that the focus of our program. Whether you can sprint, jog, or walk forward, we make that the foundation of this program. And I try to influence almost everyone, one, to establish the sprint system, and then two, to utilize the run to increase their VO2 max, which is one of the optional measurements at the beginning, but is a massive reflection of your health and your body's ability to process oxygen under high levels of exertion. So it exploits a lot about your cardiovascular health and your respiratory health. The single best way to do that is through what I call a mad dash or a run that pumps that VO2 max. Lesson number 6 is changing levels, creating a base and gaining leverage, which is pretty self-explanatory. We really learn how to base out. We learn how to squat. We learn how to single leg movements. We learn how to overload that and integrate the principles of conventional fitness, such as progressive overload, triphasic training, and hypertrophy, in ways that align with everything we're talking about here. Lesson number 7 is pressing, pulling, throwing, swinging, and striking, which has a lot to do with strengthening the upper body, creating stability in the shoulders, understanding the principles of counter rotation and rotational strength so that you can throw, swing, and strike efficiently and feel good doing it every time you do it. Then we get into 3D movement, which is jumping, changing directions, footwork. And to me, it really ties all the things that we do together. So you can go from pressing and pulling and throwing and striking into changing levels, taking off with some footwork, changing directions, heading back this way, jumping in the air. Kind of ties all movement together so that you can move like a tiger. And this is where we choose from our programs. There is 3 program styles that come with this. Each have 3 specialties within them. So the first one is called the New You. This is general health and fitness. Number 1 is feel good fitness. And that's pretty self-explanatory. If you want to get in shape, burn calories, build muscle, carve up, whatever it is, in the healthiest and most optimal way with the least amount of compromise, this system is for you. If you want to focus on losing weight, we can help you get there with a little bit of adjustments in this system. And then if you have low impact, you have pain, injuries, or you're elderly, if something is holding you back from going at a high intensity rate, we just tone this system back a little bit. Next is the beautiful being, which is a totally new and unique approach to aesthetics and attractiveness through fascia-based fitness. Here we focus on tissue, tone, posture, and physique in a way that can kind of get your body to glow up. We can kind of reshape the body, and by creating healthy connective tissue, change the shape and the mold. And the first focus can be aesthetics and attractiveness. The second is just a tone up if you want to put a little bit more muscle on. And then third is the bodybuilding, which is actually going to integrate a little bit more type isolation work and a lot of conventional bodybuilding lifts. But we utilize our principles through that. Then we utilize a lot of the tiger stretching to keep that tissue healthy and flourishing, because healthy tissue pops, healthy tissue flourishes, and you can see that in someone's tone. For example, you'll see a power lifter that can lift really heavy weight, yet they don't really have an ass or they don't have any quads. The muscle tissue hasn't flourished. And so you want that muscle tissue to flourish. You want that muscle tissue to have freedom to move around underneath that connective tissue. You don't want things to be suppressed and dense. Lastly is the enhanced athlete. This is a high level performance training, kind of my bread and butter, something I've been really focused on my whole life and kind of the style that I like to train, although I do merge it with the beautiful being, because as you'll see if you go through the programming, that beautiful being program is so unique and it just gets your body feeling so good. But the first enhanced athlete program is the locomotive sport. which would be baseball, basketball, hockey, soccer, football, anything really field sport related. Second is a combat sport, pretty self-explanatory, boxing, kickboxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, MMA. Then you got golf and tennis, which we have a really unique approach to. It's a fantastic program. Golf and tennis are highly associated to the gait cycle, which is forward locomotion, which is everything we're training for. So in that program, it's just kind of a lighter, more smooth and explosively fluid version of our enhanced athlete program. What is unique about the system? Well, the fact that it's built off of the same foundational principles and you can do so much with it, from the programs to the 10-minute tiger routines or any other type of fitness that you do. You can follow kind of these principles and it gives you a map and it gives you an understanding of kind of what you should be doing in each position, what's going to help you, what's going to hurt you, and essentially how to fix yourself. It's very wholesome. It brings all these components together. Those are very cool because they're taught in strategic order so that every lesson builds off the previous one, ultimately tying all different mindfulness, movement, exercise practices together in one comprehensive system and teaching you them in a way that keeps it sustainable and not overwhelming. Perhaps the most important part of developing a health and fitness system is building the habit and creating sustainability, making it somewhat convenient, practical, and attainable for someone to execute. If there's too much going on and they have too many things to do, it gets confusing, it gets overwhelming, and a lot of it starts to fall apart. So this kind of ties it all together in the most efficient and effective was certified tiger, which to me means you got the depth of knowledge and tools needed to continue as your own coach. You may even have the opportunity to be a tiger coach. If you like the transformation that much, you can bring other people through the system using the SKOOL community, using the platform, and kind of working off of what's already here. Another component about this that is extremely valuable is that if you are a trainer or a coach, the amount of value you get from this is so much more than that if you get just a basic regular certification, which teaches you a lot of the standard things that people already know that are pretty obvious. This gives you more practical solutions. It gives you so many routines, so many exercises. It gives you a roadmap of how to execute each exercise. It gives you programs that you can follow and utilize with your clients. It's not that you don't want to come up with your own stuff, but once you understand the principles and you understand how this all works, you might feel and function so well as a trainer that you want your clients to kind of follow this path. A lot of certifications and methods in the past want people to harbor one single approach. This combines a ton of different approaches. This combines conventional fitness with movement-based functional type fitness, with yoga, meditation. So you'll have a basis of inventory and tools to utilize with all of your clientele. And I think that is extremely, extremely hard to find if you can find it at all anywhere else. Realistically, people pursue specialized coaches for each individualized component of their health and fitness. So people will go find a breathing coach that specializes in that. People will go find a sprinting coach, a striking coach, a stretching coach, maybe someone who's working on posture and correctives like a physical therapist. This literally provides all of that in one system. Your potential is infinite when you become a certified tiger and function under the principles of this system. Who is this program for? Well, to narrow it down, the Tiger Transformation Program caters not only to fitness enthusiasts, athletes, coaches, and trainers, but also to individuals who may be feeling adrift on their fitness journey or are dealing with pain, limited mobility, and challenges in performing everyday movements. Just by following the principles and understanding of this system, I have helped a lot of people heal that struggle to find help elsewhere. People that have been to chiropractors, acupuncture, stretch therapists, physical therapists, all these different places and couldn't find solutions. In many cases, I helped them find their solution and fix whatever issue it was they were going through because this is such a unique approach and it's an understanding that is somewhat universal. Because although everybody is different, we are all pretty much designed in the same way in the sense that we're all designed to move forward. We're all designed to breathe. We all have a psoas. We all have glutes. We all have a diaphragm. We all have a nervous system. We all have connective tissue that combines everything and webs it all together. We all have a muscle and skeletal system and organs that lay underneath that connective tissue. So, yes, everybody's problems are different, but there is somewhat of a universal approach here because we are all made up of the same components. What do we offer? What's included? Like I said, we got the Tiger Transformation, and you can do that for the assisted do-it-yourself version where you get communication with me. We guide you through the process. You get monthly calls and whatnot. You can do a live group training where over the 12 weeks, we as a group meet once a week for the lesson, and I teach you the lesson live. talk to you all individually, personalize everybody's goals inside this, help you with dietary guidance, with daily communication and accountability to help you reach your goals. Then we have the one-on-one, which is just me and you, and multiple sessions a week. We talk every single day. There's a lot of accountability. Every single thing we do is personalized. And with that, the main value is in the cueing and the correctives. I'll analyze the videos of your sprint. I'll analyze the videos of all your movements, how you're executing them. When we're doing the lessons live, I can adjust you, correct you, get in perfect positioning because execution is everything with this system. Then we have the subscription, which is just $25 a month at the moment. If you become a Tiger, a certified Tiger at all, it's 50% off. So it's not just for Tiger coaches, that is for certified Tigers. Once you become a certified Tiger, you get 50% off that subscription for life. That includes 10-minute Tiger routines, community access, discounts on other products that we're going to be releasing eventually, and school access. Then we have the guided cleanse, which has a gut cleanse, microbiome cleanse, liver cleanse. It has protocol for eliminating parasites and heavy metals. That comes with a consultation and communication with a Tiger coach so that we can kind of help guide you through that cleanse, which is the main value in it. And like I said, if you get the Tiger transformation in any way, you get the cleanse, you get the exercise library, and then you get access to the subscription for 3 months while you're doing the course, 50% off after that. Now, just signing up for the transformation doesn't make you a certified Tiger. You have to show improvements and you have to prove that you went through the process. You got to be able to move like a Tiger at the end. So you need to complete the course. You need to show improvements on the 4 foundational tests and goals. And then you just write a testimonial about your experience. If you have some criticisms, you can send them to me. I'm always open to some constructive criticism. There's a lot here, and I want to continue and improve on it. But if you can do just that, you get your certification, you become a certified Tiger, and you have access to the community for 50% off for life. If you want to become an affiliate partner or a salesperson, if you sell health and fitness products, if you want a program to refer people to train with, you're a physical therapist or something of the sort, and you have clients that want to get in shape or certain goals and you like the system, you can refer them and you'll get 20% of whatever they spend. Then we have a sales team member option. I'm not going to dive into too much right here, but if you really want to start to make this system a career, we do have options for that because we plan on continuously expanding this system. And that goes into some type of base with some type of commission structure. Now, if you want to take it a step further and you're a trainer or you're a coach, all certified Tigers that complete the course will have the ability to apply to be a Tiger coach and bring other people through this system. And the following requirements are for that. You need to have your mind, body, and spirit in shape. You need to be in shape. You need to demonstrate improvement in the 4 primary tests and measurements. And then you need to pass the Tiger coaching test, which is where I ask you all the questions you see in the test, which is 100 live, and I give you a pass or fail. You can always go back and try again if it doesn't happen, but I need you to understand and be able to articulate the system and show me that you can do that in order to train other people and take them and represent the system. Coaches must provide exceptional service and a great experience for their clients, including a diet plan, weekly sessions, and daily communication, which is a must. And just to add to that, I've been in this industry a long time, and most trainers struggle financially and find it difficult to maintain an efficient client schedule. It's a very draining industry. People are very inconsistent. Athletes, especially, they go to college, they come back. High school athletes start seasons. It's an industry that often has you overworked, underpaid, and searching for a way to earn more while trying to work less. This system provides a very unique and attractive solution for trainers that would like to be more remote and make more money while getting incredible results for their clients and setting those people up for a lifetime to be their own coach and a lifetime of pain-free and healthy movement. That is our webinar. And if you made it this far, I really, really genuinely appreciate you watching. I appreciate your interest, and I would like you to reach out and tell me that you made it this far and that you enjoyed the webinar, or if you have any criticism on them, I'll take that. But I'll just be happy to see that you watched this whole thing, you digested the system, you saw the value in it, and if you want to sign up, I can't wait to help you. You can reach me in any of these ways listed here, so feel free to reach out, call, text, whatever it may be, and I will be happy to get you started on your journey to becoming a certified Tiger. Let's go. Thank you so much.